So, boys, what are we putting the over-under at for the percent chance that Scott Frost is absolutely out of Nebraska this season?
95.
95, absolutely.
95% chance. I'll up it to 99.9% chance. That's the over.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go 85.
And by the way, I'll take the over there.
yeah,
and give me 100.
I'll hammer the over on that.
I don't think he lasts the rest of the season.
I would be surprised, especially watching that game was disappointing. Watching that game,
It was ugly.
I mean, I'm not even a Nebraska fan. I don't claim to know the ins and outs of the Nebraska program. I'd be lying if I said I did. But watching that game, it was, like you said, it was ugly. It was sloppy. I mean, outside of the first quarter of the game, the score was a lot closer than it really seemed. I think that the final score is 30-22. But outside of the first quarter, Illinois controlled pretty much that entire game.
For sure.
Well, it's just, you say, well, that's week one. Oh, let's see if he fixes things. He's had, 3 years to do that?
Yeah, this is starting his fourth.
This is starting his fourth year.
He showed us nothing over the last 3 years that says, and the mind-blowing thing is he had UCF looking like a team that should have been in the national contention.
13-0 in his last season.
Was he not the coach there when they claimed a national championship?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
and
it was.
I'll tell you what, I always hate those people that have zero, those fan bases that have absolutely zero patience, pull the plug after 2 seasons. But I'm a big believer, especially after 3 seasons, you better be showing some sort of progress because not only that, you get the time to make the hires you want, you get the time to get some of your recruiting classes in, and you got more than enough time to set your own culture. By the 3rd year, you should be making some sort of progress. And here we are, his 4th year. I believe it was 4-8 his first season.
Yep.
5-7 his second season.
Yep.
3-5 last year. Now it was a little bit of a weird year, but still 3-5.
Yep.
And it starts out 0-1 against Illinois, and they look sloppy. They look bad. Adrian Martinez, who came in as a recruit, that was a Heisman dark horse his sophomore year, is looking like he can't even play football. There's been no progress shown, and I was a big fan of the Scott Frost hire.
Yeah.
The UCF underdog story. I was pulling for UCF. I thought it was cool, 13-0. I was like, I'm pretty sure I could be wrong on this, but I think Scott Frost was either an alum or maybe played at Nebraska. But I
believe he was.
I know something along those lines.
There was ties.
Yeah, so when they hired him, I was like, this is a great hire. Scott Frost is a great coach. But in all reality, what I didn't even realize, he's only been head coaching for 6 years.
Yeah.
That's really not that long.
I think it brings up the question, was 2000, I guess it was 16, was last year at UCF? 15 or 16.
Something like that. 17.
The year that went 13-0. Was that just a fluke season that he got that kind of what we think with LSU with Ed Orgeron, that the stars just aligned and it just happened? Because he's yet to prove, like you said, consistency. And any coach can come in with the right set of recruits that another coach got, develop players, for a year. And if other teams are having a bad year, you get lucky. I'm not saying you get lucky and win 13 games. You have to be good.
Right.
But to be a good coach and to be an elite coach, you have to have consistency over time.
Sure.
If you've got a coach that's going 10-2 one season, 5-5 the next.
All right.
6-4 or 6-5.
Kind of like Auburn
6-6
and
the
Gus
next.
Malzahn.
Exactly. And there's no consistency there. Yeah, you may be a so-called good coach, but you're definitely not to that elite status. And I definitely don't think we can classify Scott Frost just because he had one good season at UCF and an elite coach.
The thing is it's not even a situation where he's 8-4, 9-3,
right?
And you're wanting him to take the next step. He just can't even win a 600%, not even really a 400% of his games. I mean, it's absolutely absurd. And if he was at a SEC team, he would. I mean, even Vanderbilt wouldn't stand for what's going on.
Well, and again, that's kind of what surprises me. If you just take out that 13-0 season, he's below 500 as a coach. He's barely, all 6 of those seasons included, he's barely above 500. And again, like I said, I was a big Scott Frost fan. I know when they first hired him, I think he had him doing Navy SEAL drills and stuff like that. I was like, watch out for Nebraska. And let's not act now Nebraska's a blue blood and all time they're one of the greatest programs.
Right.
But he inherited them in a bad situation.
No doubt.
But again, after 3 years, after 4 years, you've got to show some sort of progress. And when you stay the same, consistently losing, or you seem to even potentially regress. And then another thing is in-game adjustments. And I understand Adrian Martinez, again, he has all the hype, but he was struggling so bad against Illinois, except for the very end when they were having to run 2-minute offense pretty much every drive because they were so far behind. You've got – now, I don't know the quarterback situation backup-wise. Maybe you don't have anybody that's even competent.
I don't care what you have.
Exactly. As bad as Adrian Martinez was playing. And the thing is, Nebraska's D-line against Illinois was wreaking havoc. Like, they looked good. You have a solid defense. I believe Scott Frost is more of an offensive guy. You've got to be able to make some sort of adjustment to get that offense in some sort of rhythm, and you didn't see that at all. And you saw that from Brent Bielema because that, like, I don't remember the guy that came in, the backup for Illinois, is like Sikowski or something. Yeah. He played for Rutgers last year, and he had four touchdown passes and 18 interceptions. Terrible.
Right.
And he made him look like a solid quarterback.
Right. And I think, like you said, if you take off that one season, I was looking here, out of the 5 full seasons that he's coached, you take out that one season, he's not had a winning record in any of those rest of the 4. You take out those 13 wins, he goes down to, you're looking at 18 wins, 27 losses.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, and like you said, we were hyping him up, and I liked the hire at Nebraska.
I love the hire.
When they hired him from UCF. Definitely thought he was going to take them to the next level. And like you said, it would be different if, he went 4-8 his first season. If he'd have went, he won 5-7 the next. Maybe if he'd went 6-6 last season, or whatever in a down year, and then this year they were going to go 7-5. Making progress,
right.
But he's not doing anything. Yeah. If anything, he's going down.
Right. And another thing, I've already mentioned it, is the Adrian Martinez thing. I remember, like you said, Heisman dark horse, and he seems like he can hardly play football. Yep. If he's off schedule whatsoever, now he's a good scrambler, but if you get him off schedule of a throw angle or anything, he's so inaccurate. Yep. And I believe I know he's at least a junior. I think he's even a senior at this point. And there's been no progression there. There's been no progression whatsoever. And like I said, I was a huge fan of the hire. And it would be good for college football for Nebraska to be good again.
Oh,
That's just not the case.
What gets me is the scheme. It doesn't make sense.
No.
So you bring this quarterback out. Obviously has, loads of experience, and you would think that would help at some point, but evidently it hasn't. The strength of Adrian Martinez are his running. His running.
Oh, absolutely.
The dude has wheels.
Yeah.
There in the end, he had that long run.
Right.
And he's got a big arm.
Yeah.
Just don't have an accurate arm.
Not accurate.
I remember early on in that game, one of the first plays, they threw that a pretty deep wheel route to the running back who's wide open. Martinez did, and he just effortlessly. Yeah. And it looked like a guy. I was like, and my first thought was, dude, Martinez is taking the next step, and then he just nothing the rest of the game.
Well, I'll tell you, if Martinez has like a comfortable, clean pocket, he can step into his throw. There's nothing around him. He's good, but so is 90% of Division I college quarterbacks.
Right.
Yep.
So, like I said, we presented the question, will he make it out of this season? Well, let's take a look at their season real quick. They've already took a loss this past Saturday to Illinois.
And that was really an ugly loss. They made it look better.
They did.
That score was a lot better.
They play some team, some high school, I think, this week named Forham. Or Fordham, whoever that is. So, let's just say this. If they lose this week, he's done.
Oh, yeah. If they lose to Fordham.
Gone.
I ain't even heard
of it. The thing is when
you're named after a food, it's a problem.
Yeah. And a truck.
It just some of the things they do just don't make sense.
Right.
Why do you consistently continue to have your quarterback slinging that thing?
Yeah. Right.
When your strengths are the run game.
Yep.
Why was he not running some sort of triple option?
Right.
Well, I'll tell you real quick also, another thing, just look at that punt return play where they end up getting the safety.
Right.
And I know that's a boneheaded, dumb mistake, but a lot of that's on coaching.
Yep.
How many times would you have had to go over special teams, going over the kick return, and he still makes that play pretty much first play of the year or first punt of the year?
You kept saying watching the JV game the other day.
Yeah.
Is there are some things that yes you don't have the talent to do, but the simple things such as
coaching.
Lining up correctly.
Fielding a punt properly.
Just simple mechanics is 100% coaching.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that schematically is I want to see it different this weekend. I don't want to see Martinez running around in the pocket trying to throw the ball 60 yards.
Yeah.
I want to see some RPO. Can you imagine what Martinez could be in an RPO system?
Legit.
I mean, because if he tucks that thing, he could six that thing.
Yeah,
at
he's
any
got the
moment.
potential to take it to the house.
He's a house call waiting to happen. Yeah. And anytime he tucks the ball, and you're potentially looking at pay dirt. But the thing is, you're dropping him back like he's a pocket passer. You're not even using the guy correctly. You've had him for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yep. So they play Fordham this week, so we'll give them a win on that. They play Buffalo the next week.
Probably a win.
Should be a win on that too.
If he wants to go 0-3,
he's especially losing to Fordham.
Yeah. So they're 2-1. Then they play Oklahoma. That's a given loss.
That's a wreck.
Michigan State.
I don't know.
I'm rocking with Mel Tucker there in that defense.
Yeah, I am too. Then they play Northwestern.
Dude, Northwestern are probably sweeping.
Yeah. So at this point they're 2-4.
I mean, I know it's only one game, but dude, I don't have any confidence in this team.
No.
Man.
So they're 2-4. Then they play Jim Harbaugh on Michigan. They're 2-5. Minnesota on the road, 2-6. Purdue,
which also, real quick to butt in, I do agree so far with everything, but we
don't know much about these other teams.
Well, with Minnesota, I mean,
I'm being a little bit rough here.
Yeah, are they the Minnesota of 2019 who looked like?
And we'll see this Thursday.
Yeah,
probably not
exactly. But I mean, but are they the Minnesota of 2020 who looked terrible? Is this the Michigan of like 2-3 years ago? Or is this the Michigan last year that looked really bad?
And we're basing all this off because we've seen Nebraska play.
Right.
We haven't seen these other teams play. These other teams may come out and be a stellar team, or they may come out and be equally as bad.
At this point, I just don't have any confidence.
But just off of what we've seen from Nebraska. So we're at 2-6. Purdue, that's a toss up.
I'll give them that one.
I'm just gonna say this. At this point, if they lose,
if they're like start out like 2-6,
if they've lost 3 and 4 straight, though, nobody's bought into this team.
No, not 4 years in.
They've completely gave up.
Yeah,
Scott Frost is probably gone. There's an interim in. At this point, you're losing games you shouldn't just because nobody's even.
Right. It'd be different if
you saw that with Carolina last year.
His first, maybe second year.
Right. And then they end the year with Ohio State, Wisconsin, and Iowa.
So you're losing 3 straight games.
All ranked teams. So they're finishing probably 3-9, max 4-8. Which there again is
they'll
another
be lucky to go 4-8.
Another losing season for Scott Frost.
And the thing is, it's so disappointing.
It really is because, like I said, it would be so great for college football for Nebraska.
And I will say that is a tough schedule. I mean, especially ending the year with Ohio State, Wisconsin, and Iowa. That's tough. I mean,
was his only good year 13-0 season?
Yeah, that's the only winning season that he's ever had.
What did he do the year before that?
He went 6-7, I think.
So was the 13-0 season the Shaquem Griffin?
I believe so.
Those
brothers.
He went 6-7 his first year at UCF.
That wasn't Mackenzie Milton, was it?
I think it was. I could be wrong. Okay. I don't quote me on it, but I want to say
so
it
he had
actually
a stellar
was.
team.
Yeah, no, he had some legit NFL
schedule.
Yeah. So, but how about you tell us about our sponsor real quick?
Yeah, we like to thank Cam Smith with the Just Jesus Network Radio internet app for all the preaching, gospel singing, anything you want to hear. Our boy Dave is on there.
Yeah, look it up. It's commercial free.
Saturday mornings at what time?
Saturday mornings at 8:30.
8:30.
If you're up, but
he's on there.
Right before game day, I'll give you something to listen to.
That's right. And then also for all your insurance needs, Cam Smith has an insurance company with American Senior Benefits. So give him all his links should be in the bio right below us. So be sure you go give him a look. He'll help you out whichever you need.
Let us know what you think. Do you think Scott Frost is going to be out this year?
Does he make it?
Do you think they give him another year? Do you think Nebraska bounces back?
Scott Frost is boo-boo.
And comment, like, share, subscribe, all of the above, what every other YouTuber says. Do it, please. We love you. Thanks for watching.
And the word of the day, if you've watched it this far,
is
deer corn. Deer corn.
That's 2 words.
Yep.
Cobb.
Put it as one word.
Deer
corn. Until next time, keep talking ball.